Good morning, friends. It's Nancy, and I have taken the wisdom of my betters and put away the needlework book. I'm going to work on a cookbook. I've been doing a lot of cooking recently, actually. And Doug said to me last night, "Why didn't you do all this baking when we could still eat all this baking?" Now we're old. So I think this dates to the 40s. I couldn't find a copyright date in here anywhere, but there is an inscription. I'll show you in just a minute. I thought we would start by tearing this bad boy apart. I sort of want to keep these Endpapers. I hope I can. We'll see how it goes. So it says, "From my dear Beatrice Bowl, 1948. So I'm going to start by taking out the first signature. I would like to save the title page, the inscription, and the advertisements. Okay. I think I missed one. All right. I was just reading what it said here about the first edition of Mrs. Beeton's Household Management. You know, that's just the one page. And there's a lot of illustrations, but I think I'm only going to keep the color ones. Although these are kind of fun. Like the kitchen cabinet one, that one's super cool. What did I make yesterday? I had 4 apples sitting in the fruit bowl that were, you know, they start to dry out a bit and the skin feels a little, you know, waxy. And it's because it's birthday week, so there wasn't a whole lot of healthy cooking this. Not a need for any healthy snacks this week. There was lots of treats and cake and nonsense. So I didn't want to have to throw those apples out. So I looked up a recipe on Pinterest and found a recipe for baked apple fritters. Okay, so this is a thick one. This is a thick one. So if I have to replace the inside cover, that's what I will use. Okay. Look at the Christmas pudding. So it was kind of a weird table napkins. It's kind of a weird recipe in that I do like some of these. Like this color picture wouldn't use, but I like the napkins. I find that kind of interesting. Was that Australian cookery? Australian. I had to chug some coffee there. Anyway, it was baked apple fritters, and Doug said that's impossible. A fritter means it's fried. All right, Doug, you say so. These color plates are just glued to the page in front. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, there's quite a few. Hope it's not bothering you that I've got this upside down. I don't have it upside down for any reason. Anyway, the recipe called for 2 shakes of baking powder. Everything else was measured. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of this, half a, you know. But 2 shakes of baking powder. What the heck is a shake? I know what a pinch is. Anyway, so I threw a half a teaspoon in. And if that's not right, well. They were okay. I would make them again. I mean, they're edible. I didn't throw out anything. Didn't have to have any special ingredients. I don't know if I want this. Here they're showing us pictures of meat. There we go. Ugh. Cheese souffle. Okay, it came out more like a soft cookie than a fritter. I might rethink all of these color pictures once I get them out. Oh look, laundry, how to use a washing machine. Yeah, I don't know. These aren't very exciting. I do like these appliances though. I think I'm gonna, oh, I think these might be sewn in. I think I might substitute some of these black and white ones for these icky color ones. So anyway, I think this might turn more into a domestic goddess rather than a cookbook. Some of these thin pages might make their way into some collage, but probably not anything else. That one came out better. Labor-saving apparatus. And how to buy mutton. I'm not a fan of lamb. I think I've had it twice in my life as an adult. Nope, not a fan. All right. I'm not sure about that. And I might also go back to the napkin folding. I thought that was really neat. You know what? I'm not going to worry about these end papers. I'm going to do new end papers. Because I struggle with how am I going to get the fabric that I sew the signatures to underneath the end papers. And that's not going to be easy. Now, some of these are a little close to the edge. Because they've been not put on exactly. So I just sort of rub the edge to remove some of that paper. It's a lot easier than scraping and clawing and digging. And this is just a moist baby wipe. I know I've got a lot of ephemera I can use in here. Household ledgers, lots of advertisements from old magazines. And I enjoy the color of this cover because it's going to look really nice with like ecru colored lace. I won't use any white in here. Everything's going to be these colors. You're wondering, Nancy, why are you taking that off? Well, because when I put the new end papers on, I want them on here squarely and covering. If I just left them, I'd have to put the new end papers on crooked so that it would cover the old ones. Does that make sense? There's a method to my madness. So I'm just going to work on this. I don't think it'll be a step-by-step sort of affair. I do have a playlist of a step-by-step, the bird book. So if you want to see how I make my journals start to finish, that's where you should go and look. Ugh. I'm gonna have to go back to bed and get a nap from all this work. Alrighty. Get the gunk off my scraper thinger. Oh, I have a question for you. If you've ever purchased from my shop, and I've sent it by regular postal letter mail, you know I use a variety of stamps, and you've probably figured out, oh, she uses old stamps. I do. I will often, well, regularly, I won't say often, regularly find collections of mint Canadian stamps, and if I can get them cheaper than face value, I will buy them, because at least you're saving the tax. So yesterday I went and got a collection of stamps from a young man in Waterloo. Paid $100 and got about $130, let's say $138 was the face value for all those stamps. But he also gave me like all of these commemorative stamp bulletins from the 80s. So it's just a little on the side's French. So it just gives you a little history about who these people are, who designed it, that sort of thing. And then a big picture. And I don't know if anybody could use these, or if I should just recycle them. But would anybody use these in journals? And if they would, I'll start tucking them into orders when, when it's, 130 grams and I have to pay up to 200 anyway. Might as well throw a couple extras in. I set aside the Christmassy ones because I thought, well, the Christmassy ones I could probably make use of. And I do have little lighthouses. I love lighthouses. But there's got to be 100 of these. They're extremely heavy. There was other books too, like little catalogs and stuff. I chucked those. I saved these because it had mushrooms, and I do have a box of mushroomy ephemera right there next to me. So, the humble mushroom. So I thought, oh, well, I might be able to use the images. So I'll save those. Anyway, what do you think? Is that something a person would, you know, cut the pictures out of or use as a folio in their journal? Don't know. Next up, gotta measure this. I'm not going to put a new spine in. I'm okay with this one. But I'm going to measure this. So this is exactly 50 millimeters, 5 centimeters. That's good. I will pop some of this out if it's not sticking very good. Yeah, I'm not going to make a new spine. I think I'm okay with this being floppy. But 99% of the time I would make a new spine. I got this at Goodwill bookstore in London a couple of weeks ago. I know exactly when it was. It was the 3rd of January. Because I got my first ever speeding ticket. And it was a camera speeding, like they have cameras set up on Westmount. And it caught me. It's a school zone, but it was at night in the dark. All right, I'm going to get some masking tape. I'm sure Catherine and Alice are surprised that I got a speeding ticket. Just kidding. They both know that I'm a speed demon and can't believe I've never been caught before. That's all I'm going to do for extra support. So these I will trim down a bit and then they will get glued back in here. All right, so I need to make a template here. I better cut it square first. It's got quite a wow in it. I need a smaller ruler, but I've taken it somewhere and I don't know where it is. Okay, how long do I need these? That long. I'm gonna go look for a smaller ruler and refill my coffee cup. I had a little change of heart. So I had saved these. I thought I would use them as my inside cover. And then I remembered I have 1940s wallpaper, kitchen wallpaper. And I wondered if this might work. And I think it will. I am a little concerned about the strength of it, so I'm going to glue it down to a piece of copy paper. This is just scrap. Somebody had photocopied ledger on it, and I'll just use my glue stick just to kind of hold everything together. Because this stuff can you know, you catch it on something and it'll fold and tear. It's just wide enough to do the job. And there we go. It's a little tall. That's okay. We can cut that down. So not a whole lot. Looking for my pencil. This was 9.5, so that's 4 3/4, right? Better measure it one more time. Yep, 9.5. Okay. Cut that part off. Oh, not quite. Okay, I'm going to pop these under here to dry and flatten. Okay, so I will probably put these together to make a page. Now, I've got my template here to sew the signatures to. There's going to be 10 signatures. I want one of them to be the title page. That's not it. Where'd you go, Mrs. Beeton? Ah, there she is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be 9. And let's see if there's some. Yeah, let's do the cakes, not meat. Invalid trays. Vegetables, poultry and game, poultry. Just make sure. I might do soup. I might do fish. I don't think I'll do any of those. But I could. I could turn them into something. Now, before I do any gluing together of said pages, I am going to stop recording for now because I have got to go to work. So take care. Have yourself a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.